Okay. Well, it's a pretty quick recap. You guys took the time to figure out some sort of quick fortifications or planning on where you're going to engage in battle with this thing. You met a Belen Harple who she seems to be some sort of wizard, and she's offered to lend some hand in this effort. And you guys pretty much roided out to the max a silo, and you right now you kind of gauge where you want to intercept this thing, and the silo went out and met it, and they are engaged in combat about 300 feet in the air. In hindsight, maybe it would have been wise to bring them a little bit lower, but yeah, it's unfortunately not a lot of you can do very much from down below. So yeah, we went through like 4 rounds. We're at the beginning of round 5 here.
That's not true. Currently, we've been doing a lot. We've been watching a silo get the shit kicked out of himself.
Pretty much.
Well, one could argue that's a lot.
Yeah.
The anus.
You have hit it. It does. You haven't seen blood, but it does seem to be. Some things have gone and pierced through the armor. So you have done some damage to it. Okay. Does anyone have anything else they want to ask, contribute? Otherwise, we'll hop right into this combat here and see how this pans out. Okay, I will take the silence as we're ready to get in. So let's do it. So begin of the round 5 here. It is both 80s. I'm sure you took the whole week to think about how you're gonna get into close combat with this thing. So let's hear it.
Super mirthful leap.
No worries.
Don't forget, you also have Longstrider. That won't help
wait a
too
minute.
much.
What have I been? I'm a freaking moron.
What did you do?
Buffades is gonna pull out his heavy crossbow.
There you go. Okay.
And I will attempt to take a shot. Let's see. That is a.
It'll have to be with disadvantage.
Yes, it will be with disadvantage.
Nailed it.
You know what? Let's just get the bad rolls out of the way. Let's see. Does a 5 hit?
No. Most things. Not even a level 1, really.
All right.
But hey, this is better than not doing anything. Or actually, that's not true. You were casting some bardic inspiration, so I take that back.
Yes.
Fingers are very cold.
Buffades will. I'm gonna move forward, just on the off chance that thing drops down and I can get closer to it. So I will. There.
Yeah.
Under Oz's book.
Yeah, I'll move out of the way of the book. Don't want the book falling on my head.
Fair enough. All right. Anything else with Hades? Otherwise, we'll move on.
No, that's it.
Okay. A silo.
Hey, just because I'm trying to remember, the potion of heroism gives the bless ability, so a D4 to attacks.
Yep.
Okay.
You forgot which.
Well, I know.
Like steroids.
Yeah. I just have to remember that my base strength is 16, so when the potion wears off, I have to go back down to 16 strength. But other than that,
saving throws also.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to start off my turn by trying to whack this thing with my Warhammer.
Yeah. Let's go. All right.
I was gonna say with advantage, but I guess I don't need to really use that because of Valve enmity. But oops.
Oh no. That's not
I didn't mean to. I accidentally clicked.
Swing, right? I think we can all agree.
Well, I meant to hit. I meant to click the with advantage on the attack, not roll a whole second set. But anyway, so yes, natural 20 on the first hit, and whether you want me to re-roll the second hit or not, or use the natural 20, whatever.
I mean, no, that's fine. We can hold on to it. That's fine.
Okay. So.
Also, it's like the dragon can have second wind, that fighter ability.
Okay, I'm assuming it's a construct and not undead.
Yeah, it is not undead.
So 16 bludgeoning, but since it is a critical hit, I'm going to divine smite this thing at second level. Hold on, 2d8. So I need one more d8 to add to that. So that. Why did it only roll 1d8? I'm confused. I guess I'll roll one more d8 because it should be 3d8.
Don't you mean 68 because it's a crit?
Oh yeah. So I need to roll. So I've rolled 4 more d8. Sorry.
Let's go.
So 16 plus 20, that's 36 smite damage plus the 16. So that's 52 damage.
Okay.
16 bludgeoning, 36 smite. On my first attack.
Okay, so you note that not all of that goes through.
Okay.
Does he know which pieces don't all go through?
Yeah, it seems like the smite doesn't all go through.
Okay, yeah, but this is divine smite. This ain't no wimpy smite.
You're right. That also doesn't go through.
Uh-huh.
Weak gods.
Anyway, so since you said you would allow me to use my crit for my second attack, since I already rolled it.
Yep.
That is 17 bludgeoning base, and I will throw another smite on top of that, just at first level.
Yeah.
So I said only rolling 1. That doesn't make any sense. So I need to roll another 3d8 for that. So 18 radiant damage.
Okay.
For my bonus action, I am going to Misty Step. Did it roll it? No, it did not. Misty Step. Cast spell. And I'm going to teleport 30 feet straight down and then fly another 40 feet straight down after that. So minus 70 feet on my altitude.
Yeah.
So I am now at 230
Okay.
in my elevation.
Cool. All right.
And that will conclude my turn.
hell of a turn. Way to turn things around. Pretty impressive here, as somehow the strength of your god is infused in your hammer here as you strike it true twice, which is quite impressive. You see the radiant energy kind of like course through the hive, but it seems to be like the hive does a really good job of absorbing that as it kind of like spreads around, almost like it's being like sucked in through the pieces of armor there. But impressive nonetheless. So you guys kind of see this like explosive hits about 300 feet above you. So well done. Zoran, you are up.
So can't cast my hunter's mark, so I will just try with my short bow again at disadvantage.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Ooh, a 23.
23 will hit.
Let's see if I can. Ooh, for 9 plus. Nope, just 9 for that first one. So then I'll go again.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately,
9.
that one just goes straight out, but does not strike through. But nonetheless, you do hit it, as you see another arrow stick into like between the plates of the armor.
And I will not move. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. It is its turn. It is going to drop the appropriate amount of feet to match you here.
Where does it pull these feet out of?
Wouldn't you like to know? So it drops, and it's going to. What does it want to do? We'll do a claw attack first on a silo here. That'll be a 25 to hit your AC.
That'll hit.
You will take 13 points of slashing damage.
I'm not dead yet.
Strike again against you. Oof, even higher here with a 28 to hit you against AC for 13 points of damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay, so you begin to fall 230 feet.
When he's within I don't know what the range is. Whatever range for me to cast Featherfall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit him with it.
Now this is tough because like I just looked up and it says like you fall roughly 500 feet per round, and you immediately start this. I don't want to say like it's at your turn that you would get to.
Are we?
It's a reaction.
Are we sure
Okay.
that the potion wears off when he's unconscious? This isn't like someone concentrating on a spell. So like, where are the stupid there? I need to learn how the alphabet works.
It's a reaction 60-foot range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
either way, like he would be.
You can hover.
It's not like he's gonna be at the ground.
No, the potion says when you drink it, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour and can hover. So if you hover,
He hovers unconsciously.
I think so.
just suspended.
If I'm reading this, I mean, obviously it's your call, Celso, but
So sorry. So would he go unconscious, still hover, or would he fall that many feet and then hover?
I'd have to look up the rules for hovering, but hovering means like when you go prone, you don't fall because you hover.
Okay. This this may or may not matter on what it does next. So it might be in your best interest that you fall that many feet and then still hover, or because
I
mean, full disclosure here. If you stay here and are still hovering, it will continue to attack you, which does not bode well for you.
Yeah, but I mean, if he falls 500 feet, he's 270 feet beneath the ground.
Right. Well, I mean, I would say he would still. I would say he would hover nonetheless. Like whether it's here or down low. Like I don't think he'll go splat. Plus, Bofades would have his reaction. I'm just more wondering, like, if he falls, he's like still hovering there, or if he falls and then like hovers above the ground.
I mean, it's a potion, so I mean, I don't expect the potion to play with like concentration rules. So ultimately,
yeah, it's my call here.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm just pointing out that like you get the flying speed and you get hover, which means that you can just stay.
because like, I mean, this is from 5 years ago. I don't think Jeremy Crawford's said anything on this because this is coming from Reddit. And somebody asked this specific question. If your player character is under the effect of a potion of flying is knocked unconscious, would the potion immediately wear off, causing your PC to take fall damage equal to the height you were flying, or would it just keep its effects until the duration of the potion wears off? People reply, like, why would it wear off? It says that you hover, so going prone wouldn't make you fall.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was already kind of leaning towards that direction in my calling here. Mainly because, like, it does, like, 3 successive... I mean, as you've seen, 3 successive hits. So I would just say, like, it just continues that, like... So it will take 1 more hit against you.
Okay, so that's an auto fail on a death save.
Yes. So you will have 1
Unless it
auto-
crits,
Yeah,
and then that's 2.
Oof. Okay, let me attack that. I'll roll here. I guess since you're unconscious, would it have advantage? I guess.
It would, because I'm technically prone,
Yeah.
unconscious, can't move, can't see it. It would have there are multiple reasons it would have advantage.
Okay. Yeah. So it does not get crit, but you do go under 1.
Okay.
So, okay.
Oh
so
dear.
the stakes are a little bit more dire here. It will use the remainder of its movement speed to go closer to you all. It doesn't drop that much further, but it looks like it's on the onset of dropping more. Okay. Barring that, it is Jimothy's turn.
Okay, I guess I will. 10, 15, 20, 25. And shoot again with my short bow.
Okay. So this time it'll be disadvantage. You don't have the advantage to make it a straight roll.
Well, I'm invisible.
Oh yes, sorry, that's what it was. That's what gave you. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. It wasn't. It was for the sneak attack. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll just do straight roll. 19.
19 does indeed hit.
Okay, I'll re-roll the d6. I guess I'll keep the 6, and then I'll... I guess that's it.
Okay.
6 damage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not great. Not great. It's the warriormen. The thing is still not on the ground. It is Oz. Oz, it is your turn.
This thing's still a couple hundred feet in the air. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's getting closer, but it's not. It's not quite there.
How far can I move my book? I think it's 30 feet. Yes. So, just, 70 feet. If we do some math, that's 150 Pythagoras. So, 160, call it even. Let's see. Spell range of 120 means that is less than 160. I was just doing some complex math over here in his notebook.
It's just like, just keep doing Pythagoras.
He's like, screw this guy.
Yeah.
Gosh, I got nothing.
I know, it's just so far away.
Like, seeing this thing plummet like directly from the sky, I guess Oz will kind of step out, but only like 15 feet. And, see a silo up there just hovering and, go. Shake his fist at this beast.
Okay. All right. As you angrily shake your fist, we will move on to Velen's turn. She unfortunately really can't do very much. She's still out of range here, so it will go to the two.
Does she have anything to make me fly? Make me fly!
Alas, she does not. That's not in her wheelhouse. So it is the two kind of like guard towers. They're gonna take the shots here. Oh my god. Continue to be awful. Oh! That one actually hits. As one of the big bolts kind of flies through the air and actually does strike its hide. And it does that, so it kind of like drops a little bit from or kind of propels away from you guys, and it impacts its hide. That is going to be their turn. Top of the round, Buffades. Any more heavy crossbow action here, or reloading, or?
No. I'm thinking. I can't use my inspiration anyway to affect the silo's status.
No, unfortunately,
I can't try and cast a spell critically.
No.
Healing word.
That would be ridiculous. I mean, if I had the power, I could do such a thing, but
oh man,
that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. Like, I don't really have control of this world at all.
yeah, no, I get it. Okay, well, in that case, that creature is now close enough for me to try and hit it with an Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
15 hit?
No, unfortunately, a 15 does not.
Fuck! Let's try again.
God damn it, Buffades.
Fuck!
I mean,
fucking focus.
The 2 times I've rolled max damage on this goddamn thing, and it doesn't hit. Oh.
What's your range on this? Because like it's still like 200 feet in the air. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, so I have spell sniper.
Oh
So,
yes, thank you.
It is what is that? 240 feet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only. I've been like waiting. I've been like itching, just like get within 200 and something feet. Let me do it. Clearly,
Okay.
spell sniper did not help. So I am going to provide some bardic inspiration to Oz back there. So I will that'll be my turn, is getting him that bardic inspiration thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Can I use that 7 as a multiplier for the range of my spells?
Oh, you wish. That'd be so nice. All right. Well, very good. We'll move on to Asilo. Asilo, I will take a death save, please.
Okie dokie.
There was ever a time to roll a nat 20.
Yeah, I think I've wasted mine for the night.
Who knows?
What?
Wait, hang on a second. That doesn't make
I don't
sense.
understand why.
Oh, it's just green because you succeeded. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just like, this is something fishy going on here.
Hey, that counts. Pretty sure that counts.
Yeah,
No.
it counts
That-
as a success.
I don't know how it turned into a 20, but that is clearly a deity interfering and saying.
I think that's actually just Jesus Christ interfering.
Yeah.
Not even an in-game deity.
Yeah.
No, not a deity in this game. Not gonna allow it. Would not be in the spirit of the game to have Jesus in here. That's not. Okay, well, great. You succeed, which is good. So you have one pass, one fail. As we move on to Zoran. Zoran, what do you got for it?
No,
I'm going to
not
cast-
10.
I'm going to cast rope trick to
Oh.
try and get at least.
Sorry.
Stop rolling your 20.
I didn't mean to. Damn it.
Stop rolling your 20.
I was
Okay.
trying
Wait,
to.
wait,
Keep those.
I'm not
You
gonna
literally
count
wasted
that
2
one.
of your death save nat 20s.
Oh. Oh.
That's
oh,
rough.
Man.
Stop rolling.
Oh, what
That one
Unbelievable.
hurts.
I was trying to fix, because like when I did the death save, it took away my failure, and I was trying to put that back in, and it just rolled another dice.
A likely story. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Okay, what do you
So
got?
I'm
Sorry,
gonna-
Zoran.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast rope trick so I can get at least 60 feet up in the air, and I'm going to climb. But I think my climbing is half my movement, so I can only go like 15 feet up in the air. Well, I guess like 12 and a half
Mm-hmm.
or something. 17 and a half. You know what I mean? But I'll put 15 to be easy. So I'm 15 up in the air,
Okay,
climbing into this box.
cool.
Because my intent is to shoot outside of the box, hopefully, and go back in for safety.
All
and
right.
I will let, hopefully, Jimothy's close by, so I'll let him know I'm casting this box.
All right. That is okay. Anything else? Is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions that I can do right now.
All right. It is its turn. It has been wounded a certain amount. And the last kind of like spear thing that hit its hide, it's almost as if it's like programmed or some way, it immediately like shifts, like just kind of like rotates in the air and starts speeding off into the opposite direction. And it is going to fly about 200 feet away from you all.
Oh, what the fuck?
As it's starting to leave. Now, you can proceed to. So you guys have the decision whether you want to continue to follow it. It's quickly going to be outpacing you all. Or if you want to kind of recoup, meet up, kind of assess the thing, but as of right now, it's looking like it's trying to flee here. So we'll go around the horn. And, what do you guys want to do? Asilo, unfortunately, you don't have a say. You're under, but the rest of you, do you guys intend on immediately pursuing this, or are you gonna let it go?
I don't think we can keep up with it. It's
Yeah, I don't think we can keep up with it. We have to.
I think we have to cut our losses and just try and recoup now.
This is
So-
bullshit. Oz summons his phantom steed and chases after it.
Okay, good luck, Oz.
I mean, if we'll keep an initiative here because it's
The one guy that can get me out of the air is going to ride away.
Yeah.
In about 59 minutes, you're gonna plummet. It'll be fine.
We'll catch you.
So Oz would want to like chase it to see if it's going somewhere to like land to hide to know where it's at.
I think we need to focus
Can
on
you
not
tell
letting
your-
Asilo die first. Is probably more important.
Can
Right.
you get your steed to follow it? Can you give it a command and it can tell you where it is?
No, I can't. So what Oz is gonna do in rapid fire, he's going to drop the invisibility on
Jimothy.
Jimothy, and he'll stroll up next to Bofades, slap him on the shoulder, cast Fly on him, and
Alright.
then ritually cast using his quick ritual thing. Still gonna take him a minute, so this thing's gonna get a distance away, but he is gonna ritually cast at speed. This thing. And
Okay.
and basically he's just gonna turn to the group as this thing's getting further away in the distance and basically say, I will follow it until this steed runs out to see if it lands anywhere.
Okay. Before you do that, I need you to give me a history check.
I would love to. Stick 14.
Okay.
Wait, why is it 14? Right, I'm exhausted.
Right. Okay. Even with a 14, you recall that its path was to go to all the towns, and then once it was done through all the towns, go back to the castle. So you would know that it is not going to land, roughly, if you assume this thing's programmed, to land anywhere else besides the castle. Now, if you want to prove that out with the Phantom Seed, that's fine. But I will give you that information that most likely, based on its behavior, have you seen it, like it'll probably just go back to the castle.
Do either of its wings look ruffled?
Most of its impact was on its like sides and chest. It doesn't seem like the wings were hit.
Okay. Then no, I won't pursue it if Oz knows that.
Yeah. So now it could change. You're not really sure how much agency this thing has per se, but that was the flight path to return back to the castle. Whether or not you believe this thing's more beast than like mechanical or whatever this thing construct type thing, like that's that's for you to decide. But I just wanted to give you that check.
Okay.
All Bophades knows is that machine's a giant weenie whistle because it fled after taking one arrow like a little bitch.
Right. Not the serious amount of damage
Yeah.
that Asylum
It was
did
clearly
that one.
terrified of my Eldritch blasting narrowly close to it. It said, whoa, I didn't sign up for this.
I can't wait to hear the songs about this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how Bophades remembers it. Once
the
I get
revisionist
fly,
history.
once I get fly, I will immediately. We're still in initiative order, right?
I would say,
I mean,
I'm not going to kill off a Silo here. I will say that you'll able to reach, just because of this, you are able to reach him in time
Okay.
to cast something. If you have the spell slots to cast him to bring him up.
Yeah, 1,000%. I was just trying to get within 60 feet, which I think I might be able to do with some dash to do healing word.
Okay.
Look at that. Now that probably cleanses his system of all the potions, so I bet now he immediately starts to plummet.
I catch a Silo.
You like gently bring him down in your arms.
mhm.
Okay. All right, this is not exactly how I wanted this to go, but like I was not expecting the amount of damage a Silo dealt with back-to-back natural 20s. So, I would say that in the correct history, that seemed to be the thing that probably scared it off. But we'll say that it's the blasting of the Eldritch Blast near it that's really, really terrified it. So with that, I guess we'll end the combat here, as this thing is flying away back to its home. So,
Woo, buddy.
all right. Now I don't know what to do. I was thinking that the rest of the session was going to be this combat. So you guys have a chance to regroup here. What would you guys like to do?
Like to.
Go off and train some more.
You also get 24 more points of healing there, bud.
Nice. Okay.
Look at that. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing that right. Sometimes.
What?
Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of like, you defended off. I'm assuming you guys are gonna go back within the walls of Bryn Shander.
I think we should go rest for the night. What time is it?
It's like, I think it's like midday. Honestly, it's not even that.
It's ass kicked 30. We're tired.
Yeah, I think it's
We're
roughly
drinking.
midday because you guys were pretty much preparing. Like Oz got some rest, and then like you guys prepared for a little bit, and then waited for this thing to come.
I will Bophades will immediately start selling this as a great victory to the people just inside the gate in the town.
Well, you don't have to do that. As you are kind of, the rest of you are kind of like, going back within the walls of Bryn Shander. Immediately, like the men there, right? Because you brought out this kind of like militia with them, or like cheering you guys. They have like a Silo, like almost like crowd surfing. Like he is like being lifted as this like great renowned like hero. And they're
Careful
like
with the
chanting his name.
potion. You can send him to space.
They're like chanting his name, and like truly like they're like, we must celebrate, we must tell the speaker of your, and they're like, Asilo, just like loud as you are. They're looking to immediately get drunk, because that's what you do when you defeat something. They're like, to the bars, to the pubs.
I like the way these guys think. They're ready to go.
And you kind of like, some of the men immediately disperse to tell the good news within the city, and like it doesn't take very long until like more and more people are like surrounding you and like cheering you guys of your expert efforts, as you guys are truly now like heroes of the North here, as you're perceived as such. And
Keep someone on the wall for a lookout.
Okay,
And
I
bring
just
that person ale.
Now, don't everyone get all drunk at once. Someone's got to keep watch.
I just did the math on that attack. That was, if all of it had gone through, that was 87 damage in 2 swings.
It was quite a chunk. So, yeah, and so the what was I gonna say? Yeah, Sheriff Markham kind of like breaks through the crowd as they're like trying to like crowd surf all of you. You're now all in like their arms and like their shoulders and everything, and like they're like carrying you into the pub, and they're like, wait, the speaker needs to speak to them. They're like, oh, they could speak to her tomorrow. They're like, yeah, the Southerners, and they're like just going insane. They're like, keg stand, like just going.
He's a warforged. He's not a keg.
Somebody
so-
tap him.
Eventually, the sheriff's like, no, like, you must. It's like, just a moment. And they're like, all right. And so they sit you down, and the sheriff's like, please, the speaker, she would like to speak to you. I tapped that. And do you guys follow, or do you guys are like, nah, she could wait?
Oh yeah.
No,
I'll follow.
I think we need to go talk to the speaker before we fully engage in our evening's revelry.
Yeah. And so you guys go back to the town hall. She kind of like has chairs for all of you. She's like, please, sit, stand, however you please.
Silo, why don't you hover?
Yeah, it hasn't even been an hour yet, so you're still kind of like in the air. But I guess the two of you, unless you drop concentration on both 80s.
I'll try and maintain it. I'm keeping an eye out for the wizard lady.
Yeah. She's still there. She hasn't she's kind of like in the periphery. She doesn't go in with you with the speaker or anything like that. She kind of stays out. But so the speaker says like, please, is it dead? Did you defeat it? I mean, it's what happened? I must know.
We believe it went back to the castle from hence it came. So we will have to go and fight it on its own territory.
Oh, and she kind of like, a little bit like, like brings her back to reality. She thought she was like really gonna celebrate you all, and just kind of like, the panic is completely over, but she's not as quick as the people just immediately start celebrating. She really wanted to know things before jumping to that. She's like, I see. All right. So will you go, or will you chase after this thing, meet it at its own terrain, or, I mean, granted of how you painted out this individual, I anticipate that this, whatever this thing is, could come back to finish the job.
Well, presumably it went back for repairs, so we should hopefully be able to get there in time to not allow them to repair it.
Or make it
Wouldn't have
stronger.
been able to repair it if Asilo had jumped out of the window with Zardarok. But no.
Okay. We
insistent.
can't dwell on the past, Mopane.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I see. And she kind of looks towards Asilo. It's just like, you. I heard that it was you who truly engaged with this beast. How can we ever repay you? Anything you want. Within reason, name it.
Money.
I
women.
severely overestimated my abilities. It was my, the rest of my party here that was able to chase the thing off.
I see. Well, humble champion you are.
Fades will clamor from the back. He needs plate armor.
I've
Just
never
like
heard
the
of
dragon.
Preferably
I've never heard of
China,
this.
your finest plate.
I've never heard of this plate armor you speak of. Sounds
armor?
exotic.
She goes to the
plot armor.
Is it plot armor?
she goes to the kitchen, grabs a bunch of dishes, and starts trying to
Yes.
stick them on me.
Yeah. She's like, here, I have the finest of Elmer's glue adhesive.
The
so-
great wizard Elmer.
And so she looks to you. She's like, all right. Well then, great. I implore you to rest, enjoy the evening, and get your strength back. And I ask of you, but I can only ask. I cannot tell. To please next day go out, defeat this thing, or whenever you feel it is right. That's the right time to strike. I do. Slowly, I will hear word back from how the rest of the towns fared against this creature, and the aftermath. While we do celebrate here locally, 10 towns as a whole, as their numbers will probably be greatly reduced.
Yeah, you guys might have to change your name to 7 Towns.
All right, that's a little bit fucked up considering what just happened, but I'll let it slide considering you're heroes. No, she doesn't actually.
And I mean, it's 5 towns because half of them are gone. Half of
All right,
each
you're
town.
also really uncalled for
No,
and
no,
not-
I did not actually say that.
She's like, it really goes against your character, but fair enough. And she's just like,
I suggest the tenuous towns.
There you go.
yes, all in
They've
good
always
jest
been like
for
that.
Many people dead. And she's like a little awkward, like she does everything like that. I will collect the information. If you'd like to know the state of the rest of the towns.
Yes.
And then go from there. I will seek. I will ask to see if we can get you this armor. If it gives you the edge for this battle, then it might be worthwhile.
We have like all that armor that we collected from the animated like armor, so we could ask if a day is not going to be enough time to smith something. Probably, I don't know. I'm not a blacksmith.
I would ask because we exhausted our potion supply. Is there is there anyone in town that might have some potions that would increase one's strength? I think that gave a significant advantage in combat.
Flying potions would be helpful for some of us.
Yeah.
Too.
All right.
But potions are always very expensive.
There is a gnomish wizard that does come into town fairly often. Purveyor of muffins as well.
Throwback.
A Springlebottom, I believe his name is.
Oh yes, we know him.
Oh, perfect. Yes, I will fetch him. I will bring him to you, and I'm sure he could sell you a few things.
Yeah, I have a punch card for a 10th muffin free. So.
Oh, I see. Speaking of which, I found those muffins particularly, one would even say addictive.
Speaker, I
Did
didn't
any
know
of
you were
have
into
them?
I didn't know
Yeah,
you were
Speaker.
into drugs.
Hey, Bofades, why you gotta be a narc?
Oh, drugs. Oh, it's like, that might explain it. The addiction. It seemed almost compulsive, magical, if you will. nonetheless, all right, I will see to this. Please, enjoy the celebration. You have earned the right to victory, albeit not entirely complete, and it'd be good morale for the men who you quickly mustered up to defend the town. You know, even though they didn't really do anything.
Wow, you got that report real quick.
Yes. Well, given that they're not all dead. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk with her or ask her about? If not, you guys can go celebrate. So.
Potions are expensive and you know all that. Is there any chance for some monetary payout, or perhaps, you know, maybe not a payout, but some sort of discount, or, you know, tax deduction we could leverage?
I see.
He said tax deduction.
Now, I'd love to reward you with the money. I truly do. Given the state of that, a lot of the towns would probably seek out funds to repair their own towns. I'd be kind of remiss to give you money that could be used to help the reconstruction. Let me see what I can do, and I will get back to you. I do believe you should be rewarded for your efforts, but I'm also very cheap, so.
I'm picking up on that vibe here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna capitalize on
meet
that
up with us
goodwill.
tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll talk business then.
I'll say this. As an immediate idea, as the GM is speaking through me, I believe
That's
it
weird.
I could probably perhaps get you the armor, pro bono, but I probably wouldn't be able to help you with the potions. Would that be acceptable to you?
Yeah,
The-
I'm sure we
Yeah.
can find something. Yeah.
All right.
At the
That
store.
was not a resounding yes, but I will take the reluctant. Sure, whatever. I will see what I can do. Again, I have to. The blacksmith does have to provide for his family. So.
You know what I'm realizing?
Yes.
This lantern of tracking wouldn't even work on this fucking dragon because it's a construct shaped like a dragon.
Yeah. What a useless item. To the trash.
Maybe.
So,
Or we can try and befriend the other dragon and then use our dragon against the construct.
That other dragon's a white dragon, and
Seems a lot harder.
yeah,
I believe in us.
I don't.
I don't think they'd be it would be very prone to make a deal.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you guys like to do? You guys want to meet up with celebrate with the townsfolk, or?
I think that's step one.
I think some celebration is in order.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Okay. So you guys are immediately, as you guys kind of step out, and you maybe were hearing it was kind of hard. These aren't actually the most soundproof. You do hear there were a lot of people chatting outside. It's causing quite a crowd out there, and the ruckus and everything. And as soon as they see the lot of you, they all start cheering and throwing their hats in the air and celebrating, and then immediately you're swept up again, and you're being carried off, as long as you guys are allowed it, to celebrate.
I mean, they're more than welcome to try and carry me off. I weigh
It's
400
very difficult
pounds.
to grab you, but they do so. They manage. They're like, get the gurney.
But no, it's when we open the door, there's 6 people leaned up against it, trying to like hear what's
Yeah.
going on.
Well, it would be that, but like some of the guards are trying to like keep the people from like rushing into the city hall here and or the town hall rather. But they see you, yeah, they celebrate. They take you to the bars, and then you guys can choose to celebrate as long or as little as you want. Immediately, as upon entering, it seems like it's almost conjured up. Each of you have a pint of ale in your hands, and you may drink to your heart's content, free of charge. The drinks will be purchased by anybody.
I'll try and resell my drink.
That's,
He's trying to get that potion money.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta fundraise somehow.
Balfades will, sing songs and tell the tales of our epic deeds and talk shit on Dave that left, or whoever that guy was.
yes. Give me a performance.
The guy that walked away at the start.
Yeah, what a loser. He is there. He is celebrating with you all. Not as he's just part of the crowd. He's not like with you guys, like with the rest of the you and the other like soldiers and everything like that. Oof.
I would like to use my inspiration.
I would. Yes, cash it in. You may re-roll. Safer, this is fine.
Please do better.
I'm such a bad bard.
It's the part where like you try to sell up your part a bit more, and you know a lot of the men were there. They kind of saw this happen, and so they're kind of like a little confused, more so, and that they kind of like look away, and they're like, "Yeah, he did something, but this guy." They're all like pointing to us, like, "We really carried the team," and like trying to take in there. Yeah, they.
Might need to
You know,
rework
some people,
that
that
chorus.
weren't there, kind of buy into it, but it really kind of falls flat a little bit.
Might need to rework that chorus.
Yeah, a little workshoppy. Okay. So with that, yeah. What would you guys like to do? You guys are more than welcome to just keep drinking, chat, role play with any of the folks there. If you guys want to talk next steps. If you guys want to kind of fast forward and get to the intel stage of things, you guys want to do some shopping. I was anticipating this episode or this session to be mostly combat, so I'm kind of at a bit of like a loss of what to do next steps here. So
I want to track down the wizard lady, whose name starts with a V, rhymes with vellum, but I feel like that's not right.
no, it is Velen Harple.
Vellum, okay. I'm like, vellum, that's like a type of paper.
I will put her name in the chat.
So basically, like, I'll try and pry and ask, like, is Fireball the highest tier? That's not the spelling I would have thought of.
Yeah.
But I'll
it's-
track her down and basically offer, like, we could, swap spells. And if you want to copy anything out of my spell book that you don't know, I'm more than willing to share for kind of an equivalent exchange type situation.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, she. So yeah, you find her. She's kind of white. She's got her snowy white owl, and she's kind of in a corner by herself as you see her. You approach her, and she's just like, "Well, I can cast. I can cast that. I can cast a few other things. Would you be interested in some spells, particularly of the north, I presume?
I think spells, yes, I would be. Oz will clamp down on his initial desire to make some sort of snarky reply.
All right. Give me. And she's just like, All right. So, here, I will go through her spell list here, what she can cast.
Okay.
Let me put some of it in the chat here. Actually, I'll give you her big ones that she uses. She can cast Fireball. She can cast Arcane Eye, which is it's a high level spell. That's her. What's interesting, she can cast a spell known as Blight, which raises your eyebrows a little bit there. She can cast Tiny Hut. Those are kind of the main. Yeah, I guess I can give you a full list at some point, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be kind of pressed to have the resources to copy all of these. I feel like I have some paper, unless I used all of it, which seems likely.
The other big one that she has that might be of interest to you is that she can cast Polymorph.
Damn it! I learned that on my level up.
So, yeah, I guess we can talk later. But she's just like, yes,
Yeah.
I can cast a certain number of things. I mean, I pick up some things from encountering other wizards, and some are from my own studies, and in all honesty, here I mainly helped you all in hopes that you could help me. I did have a proposition for you all, and it seems to be that this is as good as time as any to pitch that, I suppose.
Sure, come join me and the rest of the group to proposition all of us properly.
Ugh, wording.
Yes, a little bit odd, but all right. And she joins the rest of you all. Yeah, what are the rest of you guys doing? I guess, like, before that happens, right? Like, is there anything you guys want to be doing during the celebration, or you guys just want to move things along?
How many beers deep would Buffettes have to get to forget that performance? Let's see.
Yeah, that's up to you. D6, D8,
D12.
D12. I don't know what how
5.
much you imbibe. All right, give me a Constitution saving throw, please. As we'll see how does that many drinks affect you.
Well,
Okay, so you're able to kind of start forgetting a little bit of that awkward embarrassment there, and you're holding your liquor, so it's not like it's gonna come back up and introduce embarrassment in a slightly different way. You're a little dry heave every now and then, but you're good. You hold it down.
So Timothy's going to think back to the fight and try to figure out. Maybe I'll ask people like if they noticed like certain attacks were not doing as much damage, and we'll all consolidate or compile that information. And
Okay.
So we have it for next time, I guess. Because I
Yeah,
will point out that it didn't seem like my arrows were doing as much damage as they normally would.
Yeah. Why don't you?
I guess I'll ask Asilo if he felt like his hammer was doing as much damage. I don't know that I saw anyone else besides maybe Zoran hit anything.
Yeah, why don't all of you roll? You can give me a perception check or an investigation. So either one, depending on your strength here, to see, be able to learn some things. Damn, guys, what happened?
We were in a battle for our lives. Well, for Asilo's life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no.
I just want to say I'm super annoyed I didn't get that hit off with, when I had Thunder Smite, because I was trying to knock the thing out of the air. If it had failed
that's life.
If it had failed a strength save, it would have plummeted very quickly.
Yeah.
Jimothy was 200 feet in the air. I can't see that well. Just kidding.
Yeah. So
The curvature.
yeah,
I got
you're
hit
not
in the
able
head
to
really hard, so.
That's not much, but I'll say Jimothy, with kind of like chatting around, you determined that it seems like the weapons need to be of a magical composition in order to truly do some damage. This is particularly with some of the other folks, but I think everyone shot or with some magic weapon, correct?
I don't think the radiant damage
Okay, so
was doing as much, but it seemed like my hammer was doing fine, but the holy power behind it was not as effective as I was hoping.
yeah, it seemed to be a little bit impervious to that as well. And I'll say that that's the two major things that you kind of glean from this chat conversation. It's like, yeah, it seems to be that the non-magical attacks really don't it's kind of resistant to, and the radiant damage didn't seem
It's
to
also
be
immune to cold.
right. It's also immune to cold. So you guys want to note that for your,
I'm guessing it's resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, based off of because I think Jimothy's arrows didn't land fully, but Zoran did, because Zoran I think has a magical short bow.
Correct. I do.
Yep. And then I think, well, Fades, you have a magical crossbow, right? Yeah, or heavy crossbow.
Yeah, it's a vicious crossbow.
Yeah.
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 So.
Oh yeah, with this magic weapon. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay,
So-
Timothy doesn't have a magic weapon besides his psychic blades, but the thing was not nearly close enough for that. So
Yeah. So I guess tactics-wise, right? Like, you guys did have the right idea. Like, the right idea was either go up to it. All of you have the ability to go up to it, or bring it down to you.
I think in hindsight we probably should have said that if it appeared to be going for a silo, once it started getting closer, a silo should lead it to the ground rather than just waiting for it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is what you guys learned, and that's.
Yeah. This is why we're recounting the battle.
Yeah. Like I said, I was trying to get that, hopefully, hit it with Thunder Smite and knock it to the ground, and especially from that height, would have done significant damage to it. But that didn't work out too well, and it was just, okay, whack it and leave.
So I'm wondering, so my little rope trick is for 60 feet. I'm wondering, because I can cast it twice, possibly 3 times, but I had already used one of my spell slots. But if I cast it twice, so I cast it once, climb up, and then while I'm outside, I cast my rope trick again, I'm another 60 feet up. I mean, that would get us to 120, and maybe a silo at that point, we could have had him flying from there. I don't know. Just not sure.
Yeah.
I think we need to get it on the ground. That was the idea. I don't think we need to fight in the air. I think we just need to be on the ground.
Yes, but
We
we
need to
had
find a way to get it on the
chains.
ground.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with the chains that we had, maybe we could have had a silo use the chains wrap it around its neck or something and then like pull it down or something. I don't know. Just trying to think.
The
Yeah.
silo weighs a decent amount, but with the potion that he had, I don't think that would have really mattered with a creature that size and likely that heavy. My hope is we get back to the castle and it's already landed just up in that room.
And maybe we can get it before it goes.
Yeah, if we can figure out how to trap it in that room that we were in, prevent it from flying out and away.
I'll do a reverse tiny hut and trap it in the hut with me and then die.
All right. So-
and then like because the town wouldn't have cannons that we can take with us or something, like we could have
You have
some
to
people
bring
come
those
with us. Yeah.
Yes, do you have a disintegration ray, please? Thank you.
No, but a cannon could help. I mean, we wouldn't have to operate it, but we could have some townspeople, like the guards were willing to help. Maybe they could follow us with a cannon and they could try and keep it from leaving. I don't know. Just thinking. I feel like a cannon might be easier than a catapult, potentially.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, it's kind of tough to.
How's
I mean, it's
that
possible. I mean,
peasant
you can
cannon
mess up
thing
pretty much
work?
like- Say again.
So how's that peasant cannon thing work? You, you have a line of like 50 townspeople and they just take their entire turn passing it. So in 6 seconds, 50 people pass it to each other and then it takes off from that point.
Interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing, right? Like, you guys did not kill Zardarok, right? That's the other thing.
Mhm.
And given that he's seen the lot of you, or some of you, you anticipate that he will also be there.
One of us, I think he spotted just Oz.
Yeah, you could argue he saw maybe a silo, but
I mean,
Yeah.
he saw this strange blur grab his buddy and jump out the window.
yeah, to that extent. So, just something to think about, as well as that it's not like it's just going to be a dragon fight, potentially. Who knows? Just okay. So she sits down with you all, and she's just like, I know your efforts are to finish off this dragon, but there is something afterward that I'd like to propose to you all. Have you heard of this underground city here up in the north called Ythrin? And you guys briefly have heard of it. If you guys recall, you guys went to that tower below the ground. It was kind of like this weird inverted type thing where a lot of the furniture was like on the ceiling and you guys were on the ground. It was a little bit upside downy.
Yes, it's known as a corpse city. So we've heard.
It's like, didn't we already seal that in the ground fairly significantly?
Well, as and maybe you guys like kind of, I don't know how much you guys want to tell her. You guys want to tell her about all of this, like all your adventures through the tower and all that, or?
No, I'm just going to mention when she says that name of the town, I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I think it's known as a corpse city, right? Buried beneath the ice.
Yes. Okay, so you have learned a few things here up in the north. Have you met other wizards up here? Any of them
Just,
of the Brotherhood?
No, we've just heard about it in passing from our adventures up here.
I see. Well, I guess, long story short, up here in the north, there used to be an empire ruled of wizards, whose mastery of the weave essentially remains unsurpassed to this day. And she kind of looks to you, Oz, as you know what the weave is.
more of a west kind of guy.
Okay. And she's just like, we're always in search of more knowledge of it. I believe there seems to be more access to this city, or what once remains of the city. But I'm seeking to find out, to get more knowledge, more information. But I would need the help from the lot of you to find this city. I've heard it's incredibly dangerous, and while I am selfish in some respect to try to find all these treasures and findings for myself, I'm also no fool, and understand that if I were to go alone, if something were to happen to me, there is no one to really come after me. And so I would need some help. I've developed quite a reputation here in the north, and well, I would be foolish not to ask, at least if you'd consider it. And
I'm going to ask her if she has any idea of where this city might be.
I have some idea. I do have some sort of map. I don't carry it on me, but if you were interested, I am more than willing to take you to kind of expand upon these details.
All right. Well, are you going to be sticking around this town? Are you coming with us to the castle to help defeat this dragon, or we're going to find you here afterwards?
Well, if you plan on doing this, I would probably need to prepare. I unfortunately would probably stay here and wait for you to return. Granted, it seems that while I didn't do quite as much as I'd liked to, my intent was mainly to just defend Bryn Shander from being completely destroyed. Otherwise, I try not to get involved with too many things, because once you get involved with more things, you are called upon more.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Hey, we see you're doing well in your role. Would you like these other tasks, please? Thank you.
yes, it seems like most adventure paths are constructed this way, but what do I know? I'm just a lowly NPC. Actually, no, not lowly. Relatively high in terms of all other NPCs and my abilities, but low compared to you all.
Right.
You can cast 4th level spells from what I can tell, so I myself only just reached such lofty heights in spell casting as like a 90-year-old elven wizard, because I don't know, elves suck.
You're still a baby.
Yeah. Just
I don't know why my parents let me out of the house unsupervised. This is ridiculous.
And so she goes, so please, part of this may help answer some of the questions of what's happening here in the north in general. Oral herself has seemed to have taken some sort of vengeance against the folks of Ten Towns and the rest of the north here. And maybe the mysteries of Bryn could help answer or provide other questions that could lead us to reasoning this deity's decisions.
Are you a follower of hers by any chance?
Not necessarily. I don't do any of the sacrificial nature in that respect, but she does exist. She does exist, and I mean, she has her following. I've met one or two of them in my fair share. And I don't doubt if we go to her resting place that we would come upon her in some shape, way, or form.
Her resting place is in this city of corpses?
No. But yeah, if that is where you would like to go next, I could provide avenues or contacts to get there. Though, not to belittle your efforts, this dragon, while formidable, based on the lore and legends I've seen, compares nothing to Oral herself. I mean, it is a deity that you would be encountering, and if you were to get on the wrong side of her tempers, it could easily mean your demise. So I would caution you, as I've already have, if this is the next step you would rather take.
I think we would do well to grow our expertise. Unless Lathander, and like I'll grab the amulet and be like, unless you'd like to,
Assist.
make another visit.
Right. I see, and she kind of looks at you as you kind of hold on to that symbol. I would keep that to yourself if you were to. Oral and herself, while not as strong of a deity as potentially Lathander, would probably not take too kindly that you are immediately coming in on his behalf.
Do you think she could sense his magic?
I would assume so. Just as we wizards can try to detect magic in some sense, I'm sure she could detect something of a higher plane, a higher being. To what extent?
What if, hypothetically, this happened, Lathander resurrected someone? Do you think she could detect that?
And she kind of thinks. It is possible. I would say more so it is likely than not likely.
That's the safer assumption for sure.
I'll chime in. Anyone touched by the gods, whether directly or through extreme faith, bears their essence.
Yes, I would say so. I would say so, given on that she tries to impose her own magic and her own sort of aura all over you.
This just seems like the deity's not cleaning up properly after themselves. This is not what I signed up for. I could have gone off to the afterlife and played around with owlbears instead.
Yes.
I signed
asked
up
him to-
for this bullshit.
But nonetheless, anyhow, I just wanted to bring that to you. It seems like you all are some sort of, say, mercenaries, and you would require some compensation for this task. Is that right? Do I have understanding correctly? Is it coin? Is that all you seek? Is that the only thing that's valuable to you, or would you?
What, useful magic items?
What kind of magical items, I would say?
Oh, weapons
Use-
and armor.
I see. I may have something that might be of your interest.
A flying airship.
With cannons.
Well, maybe not that direct of use.
Portable teleportation gates.
I have a glowing owlbear statue.
Okay, that's in fact.
She called a nightlight.
And she kind of gives you like a kind of like expressionless, like she's just
No
like
humor.
no humor. She's just kind of like, all right. Well, I must go.
So we'll
Enjoy your celebration.
we will discuss this amongst ourselves, and if we prove successful against this beast and its controllers, we may inquire as to your whereabouts to aid you.
Very good, very good. Well, good evening. And she stands up and walks out. It seems like mainly she was just there to be able to get a chance to speak to with you all.
Distract us from our real target, which is the dragon.
Okay. So, just for clarification, after she walks away, for refreshing a memory, was there any more to that city than just that tower that we, utterly messed up shit in and buried?
No, so as you would kind of understand, this city used to be kind of like above ground, and somehow they collapsed within itself. So, while you sealed off that particular entrance, you would assume that there's probably other ways.
Okay.
And
So-
I would still like to track her down to do, a spell swap type thing. But if we want to handle that like offline,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
fine.
if
Yeah,
there's-
we can do that.
More risk of undead creatures invading this land. I need to take care of that.
Oh, I was gonna swap spells with her.
I mean, Oz is the elderly individual here.
Yeah, you would probably be older than her, funny enough. Even though she looks older. Okay. With that, yeah, you guys have the rest of the day. I mean, it's kind of midday to kind of celebrate, day drink, imbibe. So we can play that out as much as you guys want. What the heck? Then we,
He also wants to find out if she knows where some owlbears might be. Just, for his own. I mean, she has the owl on her shoulders, so Oz is like, I bet she can cast Find Familiar. And me as a player decided not to take that spell to avoid that many things on the map.
Perhaps maybe in the exchange when you're swapping spells with her.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can for the rest of the day. At some point, you will get notice from Speaker Devessa that if you guys want to meet with her in terms of like hearing the damages and anything like that, you can have that later today. You can have that tomorrow morning, but she will have that report by end of day roughly. If you guys want to do the tag up with Springlebottom, that can also happen now if you guys want to chat with him. But
I mean, I feel like I would let Asilo and Bofades probably partied up. I can go meet up with Speaker Devessa and possibly meet up with
Yeah, I guess
Springlebottom
I'll
since I have the most amount of gold since I didn't spend it all yet.
So
I mean, I would want to go like see what Sprinklebottom has available, as well as be there for the meeting with Speaker Devessa.
okay. So then maybe we'll just say that all of you kind of meet up. with
Sure.
that. Okay. Looks like.
And I'll, haul wheelbarrow behind me containing Bofades.
Might need it.
All right. So yeah, we'll say that you guys celebrate. Do you guys have a preference? Which one do you want to do first? Do you guys want to meet up with Springlebottom first, or do you guys want to meet up with the speaker first?
Speaker first.
I'll say probably the speaker first.
Make sure that she's talked to Sprinklebottom.
Okay.
Springlebottom
Sprinklebutt.
with a G.
Sprinklebutt.
He's a springly little guy. Okay. So, actually, we'll wait a second or two for Oz and Timothy to come back.
Yeah, we can all do a bio break or a
yeah,
drink
if you
break
guys want to do a quick bio break. That's
or a
fine.
Oh.
food break.
We'll do a quick bio break and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
All right, pause there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't realize Matt, when he said restroom break, be right back, meant that like he's finishing building a new restroom in his house or something.
No,
Remodeling it.
maybe something else come up. So, not a big
Hey,
deal.
so sometimes it takes a minute to climb back down.
So, okay. All right. Well, so we'll say that you guys do a little bit of celebrating, and somehow, at some point, you're like, all right. I think we need to get serious. We actually need to go defeat this thing, and you kind of try to convince the locals that are like, yeah, I mean, the job's not done.
We're
you guys-
taking donations for a good
Right.
cause.
We scared it away. We have not finished it off.
And so you guys are eventually, so you're brought back to the Speaker Devessa's office, and she's just like, okay, well, I do have roughly some of the casualties and some of the information of how the town is, and I can type this up for you guys, but this will be a big slew of things I'm about to read here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Dugan's Hole. I believe that was the first town that was struck from that, and I got that information fairly quickly. The dragon seemed to destroy every structure in the town, including its local docks. It's a small town. Seems like one of its ancient sites, the Stone of Thrun, the 20 stones of Thrun were untouched, which I thought was a bit odd. About 25 people died, which it's not a very large town. That's about half the population were killed. Although the speaker Durmut did survive, and he's on his way here to Bridgender.
And just for clarification, that's the only town we didn't make it to beforehand to warn them.
There was another one, Good Meat, I think.
Yeah, Good Meat.
Okay.
Well, 2 towns. And they somehow they were able to. I don't know how they did it. The next town is Goodmead. It seems like to have spared the town. It destroys almost every other structure. Again, another 25 people were killed. It seems to be that. Look, actually, scratch that. 50 people were killed in that town. I read the wrong number. About half the population as well were killed. A lot of them fled into the woods near there in Goodmead. The next town is East Haven. I believe you gave notice for it. So even with the notice, about 150 people died. It seems to be one of the larger towns. About a quarter of the population. The captain is killed. The speaker was also killed. So it's good notice. Caradinabal. Speaker Sieber does survive. Most of the people, about half the population, did not make it. So relatively nothing numbers. So, Caer Konig, almost every structure is destroyed in that town, though only 50 people are killed. Or sorry, no, only 25 people are killed. And she's just kind of like reading this. The speaker, Trovis, survives. Though he is very distraught about the damage. Tourmaline, and she's just like, as she's reading through this, like as she's going through this, like she's just getting more and more saddened. Like it's almost like she's like, it's also hitting her. Like she got this report, she read it, but as she's like actually speaking it, she's becoming a bit more like distraught. They're not distraught, more like saddened and like just upset. Like her words kind of like linger a little bit more. Yes, Tourmaline, the militias wiped out. Most of the buildings are destroyed. About 30 residents died there. Lonelywood, however, everyone survived. Seems like word reached them as the kind of trail goes. Train of communication went by, so it seems like the information got to Lonelywood before the dragon arrived, and everyone.
Did the ramshackle make it?
Let's see here.
Unclear.
Oh no, here it is. Yeah, unfortunately, every single building was leveled. So
It probably needed it anyway.
The ramshackle was destroyed.
No, our revenue source.
Did we have an insurance policy on that structure?
Oh, absolutely the best.
Yeah, but didn't we leave our
10 million gold.
our replenishing pot of soup there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yes, our
So
investment
maybe-
plan.
No, so hopefully maybe it's feeding the people,
Yeah.
in
Eh,
their
Hopefully for
dire
five,
need.
hopefully for 5 coin each.
It's like going to like the Red Cross. It's like, hey, make sure you're charging these people.
For the band-aids and the gauze.
The next town, Bremen. Bremen actually, it gets messed up despite the information. It seems like, I don't know, like the communication or something like that. Whoever they sent out, 100 people actually died of this town. This is about 2/3 of the population. The speaker and everything, yeah, like most of the militia died. So really, about 50 residents, and they're pretty much. She says like most of them are arriving now here in Bridgender. Targos.
Is Bryn Shander going to be able to support all of the refugees who are, arriving?
No. It is quite difficult.
You don't have any high-level druids just on call to accelerate crop growth and all that jazz?
No, unfortunately not.
Well, it seems like Springlebottom is going to have a new market.
Yes. The next town is Targos. Targos, one of the larger towns. Still, though, probably the largest of casualties. About 300 people of that town were killed. Though, and I didn't say this, what was odd about this, it seems to be not only was the dragon the one that caused all this damage, but the folks of, it seems to be sightings of these dark dwarves, these Durgar, as they notice, were also in these towns. It seems like they came out of their hiding to also participate in the attack. Quite unfortunate. So yes, quite unfortunate. So all in all, about 1,000 people, a decent number, about roughly estimating about 1/3 of the 10 towns, or maybe 1/4 of the 10 towns, were, at least casualty-wise, was wiped out, and most of the most of the towns were completely leveled and destroyed. and she's just like, now she's kind of just like just staring out and she, for a moment, and you kind of have to like bring her attention as she's just like in tears now in terms of like the damage that the 10 towns have sustained. Fortunately to all of you, you saved most of Brinshander, the largest of the towns, and with that, we are grateful because we now have the means to provide refuge to our counterparts. So, though we sustained heavy losses here in the north, without you, we wouldn't know what would have happened. So shifting the conversation, next steps. And she calls out to someone, and she brings out a guard, and she's like, "As promised, I present thee with plate armor." So she goes to you, Silo.
Yeah, boy.
Finally, I can feel protected on the battlefield. Oz will sidle up next to it.
You are gifted plate armor. In terms of actually providing additional funds, just based on the numbers here, I can't provide you with a bit more coin right now until I really assess the situation of how many people are lost their homes and coming in.
What about checks that we can write that will take a while to clear?
I do, perhaps maybe bonds. You interested in the bond or treasury notes?
Are there any up and coming like construction businesses of the north that we could invest in?
Fortunately, we're not big enough to really have that kind of. You're more than welcome to invest in your own money, perhaps, in some of Brinshander's construction efforts.
Maybe it's time we go back to the south. I mean, we tried. We gave it the old northern try, but really we're southerners at heart.
Does the plate armor have any special attributes, or is it just basic plate armor?
And heavy. Yeah, is this like adamantine plate armor that I just got?
Let me get back to you. See what I can do with it. For now, it's just basic plate armor. Yeah, I will take a look.
Maybe you can reinforce it with the other armor we got from the castle or something.
No.
The bride degrades it down to like half plate.
So, okay. Is there anything else you guys want to chat with her about? Just as I was able to bring Springlebottom. You maybe go to him at his establishment, and you guys have been there before, so he said he will greet you and absolutely do business with you.
Perfect. Thanks. Bye.
You don't have anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
I guess I would just encourage her to prepare for, like, get the townspeople building something, shelter or anything, in case, you know, we, for whatever reason, like cross, like, I don't know, like, I'm just imagining the dragon's like, I'm just gonna fly north like an hour and then like circle around and like we're going like straight on to the castle and we just don't see it, and like two ships in the ocean miles apart passing each other.
Oh, right. That is a good point. Like, you know, however much time passes, like it just like decides, all right, now time to go back and finish the job off, and you guys like completely miss it.
Yeah, we get to the castle and we only see friggin' Zardarok there, and he's like, I repaired it with my magic hammer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. So yes, he's like, yes. I mean, we'd immediately, once the folks are celebrating, go into action here. Okay. So with that, she thanks you again for your efforts, and she kind of sends you guys on your way. So up next, I would assume, is Springlebottom, and we can roleplay this out if you guys want to, or if you guys want to kind of like just tell me exactly what kind of things you're looking for, and I can kind of give you a notion of what he has, what he doesn't have.
Is there a
Just gonna talk
specific
strategy.
potion we want for a silo, or no?
And I would like a potion of some sort of giant strength. If he has anything like that. I'm trying to think. And then, of course, we can check for potions of flying if we think that might help us.
Doesn't he doesn't happen to have any magical instruments or anything, does he?
No.
This
but
is wartime, Bofades. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, war drums.
Hey,
Yeah.
what if I got some sort of fiddle of blasting?
Okay.
A potion of you can't be knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? What I will do is, yeah, if you guys give me some ideas in terms of like things you could be interested in, I will do some rolls, do a little bit of research, and then have something for you guys. I'll chat with you guys. I'll like send the chat, be like, hey, these are the things, and then we can kind of like, do the whole purchasing and all that next time, and then we'll say that you guys start heading on out because I really don't have much of a like. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what he has right now. So. Does that seem reasonable to you all?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I might be looking to see about trading, say, this Staff of Frost in for items that would be of equivalent value.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's also amenable to trades as well. So if you guys had some things that are like, this has served this purpose and I would like something different.
Like this lantern of tracking dragons.
Mm-hmm. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I guess I can message you on Facebook also, because depending on what spells are available, I might want to pick up more magic paper to do the copying.
Okay.
I'm guessing he wouldn't have a magical item for possibly Jimothy. I don't know what you would want though.
A magic
But that
short
might be
bow
helpful.
that shoots a long distance.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I will do that. I'm actually probably after we hop off here, I'll take some time to actually start searching through things. Maybe have some cool options for you guys if you guys have anything. Okay. Does anyone else have anything else they want to chime in on? Oh yes, I forgot. I need to make note of the plate armor and whether or not it has anything special with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's being worn by a silo. That's why it's special.
Mm-hmm. Potentially potions of flying, potions of strength. Trying to think of anything else that might be helpful.
I think those would be the two main ones, but the strength would be our priority.
Yeah.
That's something we can look for. But also, I just don't know how. I mean, all this stuff is going to be expensive too, so I don't know how much gold people have.
Right. So I'll give you kind of also a breakdown. So right now I have a list of you guys are interested in some potions, strength, flying, maybe something else that could be helpful. Magical instruments. But you had a note that you might trade in the Staff of Frost and or the Lantern of Tracking magic paper for Oz's stuff. I had Jimothy magic shortbow ? And then
I don't feel like I use short bow like ever.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that fight was like 400 feet away.
Yeah,
Right.
and I have something about a note of like the plate armor, whether it's special or not. I'll look into see something else because like, because part of the fun of the game is right like finding good goodies and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend some time and seeing like, okay, maybe he has something. So, and I haven't been the best about finding some of that good stuff, so I will put that effort now. So, okay.
Yeah, I like
Or
the resistance from the staff, but the spells are like Cone of Cold's hard to use, and then I use it, and the damn thing's like whatever.
Yeah, I saw that when it was offered to you guys. Like, it was cool in the sense that like you got it, like you know that it's like almost like a relic that you would take down south. Like, it would be really useful anywhere but here in some sense.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
like,
it
oh,
makes it-
let me just chill this white dragon to death. It's like,
Like-
so,
like a Warhammer of mechanical dragon slaying.
right. Yeah, I mean, I thought some of them were like appropriate. Like, oh, okay, this is good against. You guys have found it. Some undead. You've found some things that were helpful in that respect. So.
mhm.
Yeah, no. I mean, it fits with my
Get one of them all,
character, amazingly well because it's like Paladin doesn't like undead. Of course, a Warhammer that helps me achieve that goal. All about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the other thing that's kind of tough, right? Like, you got some of this crazy good stuff early on. So it's been a little bit like sparse in that respect. So, okay. All right. Well, then I guess we'll kind of stop there for the evening, unless you guys had anything else. And
Wonder
then-
how much we could get out of the intelligent mimic corpse. That's got to be worth the money.
I don't know. I will look at here. Let me make a note of that. Intelligent mimic corp.
Maybe to like a necromancer. I don't know.
It could be. So, okay.
And
Well, definitely a different session than I was expecting, guys. But I guarantee you the next session will be still full of combat. So, barring you guys get there. So, yes, I will have this to you guys.
Run away.
Well, and at least we'll be able to rest once. I know Oz is 2 points of exhaustion, so one of those can be taken away.
I'm,
Oh, you're at one.
We got a long
Okay.
rest, so I went from 2 to 1. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're good there. So, all right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
we'll stop there. You guys have a lovely evening, and stay tuned for my message.
I say if
See you for
anybody
next-
has any like really cool music they want to add by Michael Ghelfi, let me know, and I can add it to the playlist because he
Okay.
allows music to be used for D&D. I mean,
That's
even in Foundry, there's like a section that says like his music. You can play it in the background.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So, I just
Well,
I've gone and found a couple of songs, but it's like we've used like the same music for almost like 2 years. So
yeah, maybe changing up a little bit for this.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Asylum, I'm currently just glad that you're not in a funeral right now. That's my excitement right now because that could be
Yeah.
the music we needed to be playing was a
We need to-
processional.
could have been.
I want to say though, like if you didn't get 2 natural 20s, and it brought because it was going to bring you down afterwards, right? Like it did.
Yeah.
We would be having a very different session.
No,
Yeah.
because like one of the things I thought about doing was okay, I'm going to use my Misty Step to like go behind it and drop 40 feet and hope it didn't see where I went. But I was just like, that I'm not going to get the full drop down to get closer. So I was like, I have to get to the ground. I mean, that was my motivation. I was like, I've got to get closer to either get help or at least get in range that they can hit this thing. Because my initial plan of being able to whack it once really good, seeing if that worked, and then heading for the ground.
Hey, you
Just-
could have gotten pretty low with that. What, Misty Steps 30 feet and then you fly dash fly?
Yeah, well, like
It's
if
fly
I
fly.
hadn't attacked, I could have gone. Was it 110 feet?
Yeah.
but I don't know the speed of the mechanical dragon. But I wanted to at least try and hit it once, and then of course the double crits. I was like, okay, I'll take that. After
Yeah, exactly.
it
You
whooped
know,
the crap out of me.
It is hindsight. So, yeah, I mean, it's just something to. And I mean, now you know a little bit more about it, and that's good.
But no, I'd been thinking most of the week, okay, I might get one swing at this thing, and then I've got to get away from it if I can.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll stop there and pick it up next week. So,
Alrighty.
all right.
Awesome.
Good night,
Hey
guys.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys.